to go. Can you believe it? It's extraordinary.
All right, the top of the agenda. Well, it is a blockbuster start to a tremendously interesting round. It begins in Adelaide. Geelong has travelled to face the Crows, who have been dealt a pretty nasty blow at selection.
You know, he came out and did some running yesterday morning. He was okay straight line. As soon as he changed direction, he could still feel it, and it was quite clear then to the medicos that it was a matter of, well, if he can't do it on Tuesday, how's that look for a Thursday night game? And 6-day break just made it a bit hard for him. So by yesterday afternoon, we sort of got around the table and spoke to the docs, and the decision was made. Something he's just sort of had, which has flared up. So yeah, we're just really hopeful we'll settle down quickly. We've obviously got, he's going to miss this week's game, and then we've got a 9-day break into the next game. So we'll see. But there's no guarantees with those things. You've got to just let time and heal it and build him up next week and see how he goes.
Sam Jacobs is the topic of discussion. He doesn't miss very often.
No, he doesn't.
And that is reinforced by the man who comes in to take his place, Riley O'Brien, who's played 2 AFL games.
Describe him.
In 2016, round 20 and 21. No, I can't place him at all.
Either can I. Because that just goes to show what a colossal and stalwart ruckman Sam Jacobs has been. I don't know how long he's out for. It doesn't sound too bad if he's on the track and he just can't do the lateral movement. He'd been okay this year, but you'd prefer Sam Jacobs going into the ruck.
Well, it nullifies a potential strength, doesn't it? So Jacobs against Stanley, you favour Jacobs in that. Now it's
There's Riley
O'Brien who confronts him.
Is he Irish?
I don't believe so.
Wish he was. Riley O'Brien. Toast of dough. You have a look. I'll talk about... Let's talk about the game. So the Crows were beaten the first week, and a lot of people went, ooh, bad loss. They go to Sydney last week.
Riley O'Brien's from the great Irish town of Moonee Valley. Moonee Valley.
Well, his grandparents were Irish, there's no doubt. It was a really good win last week on the Friday night because they had a lot of things going against them, namely Franklin, a couple of their guns were playing well, Josh Kennedy, and they got away with the win. Tex Walker, the co-captain, was really, really solid. But they're going home again. Now, I think, Jared, and Kingy and the boys will go further in just if they want to be a contender, you must, dominate your games, dominate your wins at home.
Yeah, you've got to defend the fort.
You've got to play well. The really good teams then win on the road. And then suddenly they're sitting 18, 18-5, 17, 17-7, 17-6, and everyone's going, well, they can play. So it's an enormous game. There'll be 53,000 people there. And the Cats, Jared, go over as probably one of the 3 best performing teams in the competition.
It feels that way, doesn't it? Thursday nights have been a bit of a specialty for the Adelaide Oval. The Crows, probably above any other team, have done Thursday nights particularly well, so if they gather the masses for it...
Do you know the record, Geelong, and do you know the record?
Well, we looked at it just before, so Adelaide have won the last 3 against Geelong at the Adelaide Oval.
All at Adelaide Oval.
Geelong's overall record at the ground is 4-4. They're 1-3 against the Crows, 3-1 against Port Adelaide. It's going to be hot. How about that for a forecast? 31 degrees.
During the day or at night?
During the day, and then...
Oh. It'll be hotter if it's 31 degrees. But
beautiful. Right.
Everyone who's watched football have seen the way the Cats have been playing at the moment. Their forward half press is really, really good. They go over there with a different strategy than in recent years. When I say different strategy, certainly different personnel and certainly real emphasis on that forward half pressure. So it's going to be really, I know everyone says this, if the Cats beat Adelaide on the road, I think a lot of people after this weekend will be saying, Jared, they are real. They are real. They had a horrid draw to start, and that would be Collingwood, Melbourne, Adelaide on the road in their first 3 rounds. I mean, that is just, hello everyone, we're here to play.
So our voters have gone 58% for the Cats. The kiss of death's gone for Geelong, which supports my creeping theory that the kiss of death is actually tipping for real now.
Well, we want the kiss of death to win the competition.
I believe we do. I think
but if you start
they should take gentle control of it.
But if you start tipping for real, and this is not an insult. This is not an insult to you. If you start tipping for real, you're not going to get as many as Kiss of Death gets. Anyway.
Reflections brought to you by Wolf Blass.
I declare the winner of the 2019 AFLW Best and Fairest is Erin Phillips of the Adelaide Crows Football Club.
I'm one of 3 girls. my dad obviously played footy, and when I was born, people felt sorry for him because he didn't have a son to play footy someday and carry the Phillips name. So, Dad, I know you're watching, and Mum, I hope I've made you proud, and we can stick it up those people that said that to you.
An inspiration to all, and simply you're the benchmark of our competition. 2019 AFLW Best and Fairest. Erin Phillips.
A Wednesday reflection brought to you by Wolf Blass. Warm words to match your warm red in front of the bar.
Warmly said.
It was a beautiful night. Nick Revo, welcome.
Thanks, Chief.
Bob Murphy, hello.
G'day, Jared.
Hello,
Robbo.
It's legendary.
Nick's G'd him.
Yeah.
We're tight. We're a tight crew.
Gangster. There's a gangster vibe here.
It's legendary stuff, isn't it, before our very eyes?
Oh, yeah, it is. Like, she's a superstar, but there's nothing... And we're drawn to the superstars, aren't we? And she speaks with such class, but she's such a dominant superstar. It's something to behold, you know, in the 3 years of the AFLW, just how significant her impact on the sport has been. And what grand finals are dramatic. All grand finals are dramatic, and the tempo of grand finals they're at that beat that is faster than any other game of the year. And then the injury changes it by such a degree, and going off the stretcher, it was like a few heartbeats more than what you kind of expected it to be, and it added to the drama, and it became something I think it's become something iconic. But it was like,
more than sadness. It was more than sadness. It hurt a bit, actually, thinking, oh, don't like this at all. Did you watch it? Were you watching it at the time?
Yeah.
Describe how you were feeling when it happened.
I don't know how you could describe it. It was. She's such a competitor, and for all the good work that the women do in the AFLW, of this, the symbol and the pioneers of what they are for the younger generation of girls, the thing that most draws me in about it is when they get on the field. It's just fierce competition.
Yeah, it is.
They're not thinking about being pioneers or examples for the next generation. They're fierce competitors, and she's dominant in a grand final side that's winning, and then. The emotion is, she's been taken out of competition. It must have been a lot for her to navigate, with the whole world watching.
To be so dominant at your second sport as well. Well, maybe this is her first sport. Because
it was her first sport.
Yeah.
She said she wouldn't have even gone.
She just dabbled in the WNBA.
She had to go and play.
Dabbled over in the
At the World Championships, those medals.
Do you reckon Dad and Mum are proud?
It's an understatement, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Superstar.
The KFC longest kick of the week.
I like this.
What we got?
This is good this week. So at 3, Eric Kipwood,
3?
56.5. I felt like he got a little bit of unders there. Now it starts to get
There we
good.
go. Look at
Buddy
that.
Franklin,
That's got
62.4.
That's got the cost of living on that one.
But,
62.
ladies and gentlemen, our winner, roll out the barrel.
Oh yeah.
It's wrong that this didn't get nominated for goal of the year.
Of course it's
Goal
wrong.
of the week.
How
70
underestimated
metres.
can you 70.9 metres?
Can't we have
The longest
integrity?
kick of round 2, thanks to
Integrity of the
KFC.
game.
You're talking about integrity.